How's it going, everybody? Thursday Bible study. Hopefully, you're watching these in order. Let's get on with it. And immediately, his fame spread abroad throughout all the region round about Galilee. And forthwith, when they were come out of the synagogue, they entered into the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. But Simon's wife, just read this. Hang on a second. So, how about those apples? Yesterday, I didn't do, I skipped a column. For some reason, I did column 4. So I tell you what we'll do. We'll go all the way back and we'll do them both since I goofed. Nice goof. So this is backdating to now he walked by the Sea of Galilee and he saw Simon, Andrew, and his brother casting a net. This is when he talked about them being fishers of men. And then I skipped the column. So straightway they forsook their nets and followed him. This should have been yesterday's study. And when he had gone a little farther thence, he saw James, the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, who also were in the ship, mending their nets. And straightway he called them, and they left their father Zebedee in the ship and hired servants, and they went after him. And they went into Capernaum straightway, and on the Sabbath day he entered into the synagogue, and he taught. And they were astonished at how he was teaching, and that he had so much authority, way more than what the scribes and Pharisees had. And there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, saying, "Leave us alone. What do you have to do with us, Jesus, son of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know thee. We know who you are, the Holy One of God." Jesus rebuked him, saying, "Hold your peace, come out of him." The unclean spirit had torn him, and he cried with a loud voice, but he did come out of him. And they were all amazed and so much, and they questioned among themselves, saying, "What is this new teaching? For he has the authority to even get rid of the unclean spirits." And they obeyed him, and immediately his fame spread abroad throughout all the region round about Galilee. And forthwith, when they were come out of the synagogue, they entered into the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. But Simon's wife, mother, lay sick. So this is what I did yesterday, making the big boo-boo. This was yesterday's study, which should have been today. So let's just keep going with it. But Simon's wife's mother lay sick, and but Simon's wife's mother laid sick with fever, and they told him about it. And he came to look at her, took her by the hand, lifted her up, and immediately the fever left her. So then she ministered unto them, took care of them. And then the evening, after the sunset, they brought unto him all that were diseased or possessed with devils, and all in the city gathered at the door. And he healed many that were sick of diverse diseases, cast out many devils, and suffered not the devils to speak, because, of course, they knew who he was. And in the morning, rising up a great while before day, he went out and departed into a solitary place, and there prayed. Simon and they followed after him, and then they went and found him, and they said unto him, "All men seek for thee." And like we explained yesterday, it's not all men of the earth, just like where it says God wants all men to be saved. All gives way in the Greek to a subset group. So it's all men who were seeking after him, that were seeking after him. The all men be saved, that's all sheep. God will have all of the lost sheep to be saved. All sheep will be saved. So they will twist, they will come at you with different Bible verses. Send them to me. I'll take care of them. And he said unto them, "Let us go into the next towns, that I may preach there also, for therefore came I forth." And he preached in their synagogues throughout all of Galilee and cast out devils. Hang on just a second. Let me load this video I did. Well, I don't want to fool that now. Fool that later. All right. So he preached in their synagogues throughout all of Galilee, and he cast out the devils. Let's move on to Daniel. We are in the correct order there. Now, among these were the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names. For he gave unto Daniel the name of Belteshazzar, to Hananiah, Shadrach, and to Mishael of Meshach, and to Azariah, they gave him the name Abednego. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with a portion of the king's meat, the training table food, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now God had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. Again, God does all that. God does everything. This is his movie. This is his script. We're all just living in his movie. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord, the king, who have appointed me, your food and what you're supposed to be eating and drinking, for he doesn't want to see you looking worse than all the others that are eating this training table food that I'm feeding everyone. And this is going to make me lose my head to the king, he said to Daniel. And we will continue with that tomorrow. I'm glad you're here. Love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.